Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer and this here is a November 2020 reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on. We're going to begin with the theme for you guys for November. So the theme of the month. Here. Okay. So we have here 2. Bottom of the deck, we have shedding the old. There is a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. And then we have here empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. And amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Okay, so this, it looks like here, there may be 2 groups of folks or Pisces here that the cards are picking up on here. But what I notice is both of these has a 9 in it. So it looks like you guys are in a space, right? Especially with the shedding the old, right? Where you're closing out chapters in your life, you're ending cycles. And so most of you here with this empower yourself, I feel you're moving into a space in November where, it's going to be good for you to put yourself out there and to, as it says, empower yourself to kind of do the things that you've been wanting to do, right? Letting go of the past and moving into a new space, right? But with this amble for contentment here, some of you, it may be beneficial for you in the month of November rather than, acting on things, right? You may still be in a space where you're trying to figure out, what you want to do. It would be beneficial, as it says, to kind of spend some time to yourself, kind of figuring out, getting connected with where you are now in order to figure out which moves would be most beneficial for you to make going forward, right? It kind of depends on how, you resonate. But let's go ahead and get into your spread. Excuse me. Okay, so starting off here for your blessing for the month, we have here first chakra, Archangel Michael. So with Archangel Michael, he's all about the first chakra is all about security, safety. So for the month of November, I feel like here your blessing is going to be, although we do have financial constraints up here, I feel like there is some stability, some security that you have here in your life. Although here with your challenge for the month being indecision, right? With the shedding old skin, empowering yourself, as I was saying, some of you guys are kind of moving into a new space in your life. But with this indecision here showing up as your challenge, you may be split between either 2 paths or kind of trying to still figure out, like Amber with contentment, which way to go, which decision or which path would provide you the most security or the most stability and abundance going forward. And it's going to be important for you in the month of November to kind of make decisions out of a secure space, right? Not out of a fearful space, right? With this financial constraints, if you're making decisions here, financial constraints being your message for the month. If you're making decisions here out of fear or even out of insecurity within yourself or within certain situations, with your lesson for the month, Broken Heart, there may be some pain or some difficulties, based on making decisions out of that space. So just be mindful of, the decisions that you're making in the month of November. Empower yourself to make good decisions for yourself, but, make sure you're making them out of a secure space, not out of a fearful or can't think of a word, a fearful space, right? Just make sure that you're spending time grounding yourself, grounding your energy, planning, right, with the amble for contentment. Spend some time, kind of connecting with yourself where you are, and seeing what you need to do in order to make the best decisions for yourself. Okay, but let's go ahead and clarify here. Okay, so clarifying first chakra here, as your blessing for the month, we have here the Tower and the Four of Cups. So it looks like, you guys may have been in a space here with this Four of Cups where you're kind of sad, discontented, or just unhappy with the state of things. But with this Tower coming, there was a shift here. And, it's kind of like something might have shook you to your core. Some of you may have experienced some changes to your security that may have kind of upset certain situations or certain feelings, right? But with this here Four of Cups, there is an opportunity here for you to kind of take this shift, take this change, and use it to your advantage, right? So with the indecision for your challenge for the month, clarifying that, we have the Empress and the Five of Wands. So with this Five of Wands here, you guys may be a bit conflicted within yourself, as I was saying, with this indecision about which way to go. You may have been spending time here with this Empress, with yourself, healing on yourself, connecting with yourself, and trying to kind of figure out what to do going forward, right? So just make sure in the month of November that you spend some time, being good to yourself. Be gentle here. Whatever, may have transpired with this Tower here, right? It was a disruptor, be it internally or externally, but it's all providing you with what you need to go forward, right? It's just about you kind of, right, empowering yourself to kind of take this situation and turn it into something that will work for you in the long run, okay? And so here with your message for the month, we have the Two of Swords and the King of Wands. So with this Two of Swords and this King of Wands here, you know, some of you may be in a space here where you just kind of don't know what to do, right? It's showing up here with indecision and the Two of Swords. And so for the month of November, it's going to be important for you to kind of focus your attention on empowering yourself, right? Believing in yourself, and not kind of allowing circumstance to kind of get the better of you, right? So just make sure you're focusing on, you know, controlling the things that you can control and kind of letting go of the rest. And so with your lesson for the month, here with the broken heart, we have the Queen of Swords and the Hermit. So just make sure that, you know, with this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords here, that you're, you know, focusing on connecting with yourself, listening to your own inner wisdom and guidance. You know, it may be important for you in the month of November to kind of heal this here broken heart, right? I feel like here with this broken heart and this Tower, right, there may, you know, this kind of shift, this change, may have kind of taken a lot out of you. So just make sure you're, you know, allowing yourself the rest and the rejuvenation that you need in order to kind of get yourself in the best mindset to make these decisions for yourself going forward. For those of you who, right, kind of resonate with being in the space where you're kind of coming out of the energy of kind of ambling with contentment, right? You kind of spent time figuring things out, healing on yourself, connecting with yourself. You know, it may be beneficial here for you to kind of spend some time, you know, thinking over what you've come out of, but make sure that you're taking action to kind of right this and to start moving it in the right direction for yourself, okay? But let's go ahead and get your affirmation for the month. Right, you may be in a space where, you know, you kind of want to leave a certain space or even a certain someone behind, but you may be having a hard time kind of making that decision or deciding, you know, which way to go. But, you know, just make sure that you listen to yourself, you spend some time connecting with yourself so that you can, you know, see which path is best for you. And then once you make your decision, make sure that you know, take action. All right. But so for your affirmation here, we have, I am in charge of my emotions. Your question to ponder, what can I do in the moments I feel powerless? When am I most likely to feel a particular emotion? How can I remind myself of the power I have over my emotional state? Okay, so just make sure, you know, with this Four of Cups and this amble with contentment, that you're not spending too much time kind of wallowing in either regret or like, you know, just kind of sad, lowly feelings, right? That's kind of like giving your power away to the situation, right? I understand, you know, hey, I don't know what's going on in your life. It may be very, very hard at this time for you, but just make sure that you're not kind of giving over your power to something and allowing it to make you feel like less than or incapable, or just like things are just never going to work for you, right? Because that's not the truth, right? That's just kind of a perception of the situation. So you always have a choice here to kind of take the high road, right? Just make sure you're taking the high road for yourself. Hopefully that makes sense, right? But let's go ahead and see what would be beneficial for you to focus on in the month of November. right? So bottom of the deck here, we have darkness, right? So you guys may be in a space of, feeling like, the path forward is unclear. You don't know where you're going. Just a lot of uncertainty at this time, right? And if so, I just want to know that, things are going to get better. Just kind of make sure that you're focusing your attention on more positive things, right? Sometimes it's hard to kind of get out of the feels, right? But just make sure that any chance that you get, that you kind of direct your focus towards more positive things, right? So here we have self-reflection and faith. So with this self-reflection, right, I feel like it reminds me of here, this Four of Cups. Oftentimes when we get in like a reflective space, it can kind of bring us down, right? We kind of think about all the sad things or all the things that went wrong, right? But just make sure here, when you're in this self-reflective period, that you're not just focusing on all the bad or all the things that didn't work the way that you wanted them to, or even kind of getting yourself kind of scared and worried about the future, but that here you spend some time kind of focusing on the positive things that have happened, focused on all of the growth that you've been able to accumulate for yourself. Focus on the progress that you've made, and also the things that you want to accomplish going forward. Here with this faith, make sure that you're spending some time in the month of November kind of cultivating faith within yourself and faith in the divine, that you're not allowing your feels to kind of get the better of you and make it so that you feel like things will never change or things will never get better, but that you spend some time focusing on the positive, focusing on what you want to manifest for yourself, and kind of maintaining your faith in your ability to create it and in the possibility of that becoming a reality, okay? But let's go ahead and get some advice for you, and then we're going to close this out with your final message. So what's the advice here for Pisces for November 2020? Okay, so we have here guidance. Help is on the way, and guilt. Turn off the alarm. Bottom of the deck here we have listening. Pay close attention. Okay, so with this guidance here, right, just make sure that you trust and believe that you are being guided, be it by God or your spiritual team, your ancestors, right? And don't be afraid to kind of call on or reach out to someone that can help you, be it a spiritual being or somebody in this here physical world, right? Don't feel like you have to do everything by yourself. Just be open to guidance, be open to receiving answers and help outside of yourself from other people. And if you feel like you're not getting it, make sure that you're reaching out. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help, okay? With whatever it is you're dealing with, be it emotions, be it a certain situation, right? Make sure that you're reaching out and asking for help, and not allowing your emotions or the situation to get the better of you and kind of bring you down and feel like, lost or just kind of listless, that kind of thing, okay? And so with guilt here, turn off the alarm. You may be kind of beating yourself up. So make sure that you're not beating yourself up for anything that has transpired in the past. Just make sure that you kind of learn your lesson, whatever that lesson may have been. Take the wisdom and kind of move forward, and not allow guilty feelings or insecurities to kind of make you feel bad about yourself, or to feel like you can't make any positive moves for yourself going forward, okay? But let's go ahead and get your final message. All right. So you have 2 here. All right. So we have, dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be. You already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. Okay? And your final one, we have, dearest you. We need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. All right. But that's all I have for you, Pisces. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.